I'll say I'm looking a tad piratey, aren't I, with me whiskers and all. I'm in search of a parrot in a patch.
Well, greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today, but I'm going to mention something I was thinking about. You know, earlier today I was watching the coolest detective that I'll never meet, Joe Kendra, Homicide Hunter. We've talked about that before. Good show. And, you know, the premise of the show is not too important, but the victim in the homicide was, you know, I don't know, a 17-year-old girl. I think she was 17, but whatever. And she was sort of a drifter coming through Colorado, and she ended up with the wrong crowd, and she got killed. Okay. It was like a body found on the road kind of thing. At the end of the thing, you know, he had made a few comments during it that, you know, she had no relatives, nobody, anyone. And at the end of it, when it came time to get rid of the body, literally, you know, we're talking, you know, over a year, maybe 2 years, nobody had ever inquired as to, you know, where my daughter is, where my sister is, whatever. So she had nobody to bury her, and Kendra, being the decent guy that he is, took up a collection in the police department there. Because I know all cops are heartless assholes, but they all donated, and they got her a really nice grave and a tombstone kind of thing, like a plot. What is it I'm thinking of? You know, here lies so-and-so. Ironically, I can't even remember her name, and that goes to my message today. From time to time, I wonder what kind of footprints I'm leaving, and I wonder if you guys think that way. In other words, how tragic that somebody was born and lived and died, and but for that marker on the grave, nobody on earth will ever know that that girl ever existed. You know, I used to read a lot of Louis L'Amour when I was in the Army. He's a Western writer, and he said something in one of his books, or it might have been about him, might have been, you know, in the about the author section, that he wanted to leave footprints, so that at least people would know that he passed this way. Pretty profound, I thought. And I know that everybody can't, you know, be like a Abraham Lincoln, where the rest of the time on this planet that there's humanity, people are going to know who that is. But it got me to pondering my own footprints. You know, what, beyond my family, 10, 20, 30 years after I'm gone, will there be anybody that even knew I existed? Now, one of the ways I look at that is, the negative side of that concern is, that seems to be pretty ego-driven. Ooh, I'm such an important person. I want people to talk about Mike years after I'm gone. And to some degree, that's true. You know, I mean, we all have egos, and egos are necessary, but they're a bitch sometimes too. You waste a lot of energy feeding them. That being said, you know, ask yourself is what I want you to do is, for whatever it's worth, you know, how many years after you're gone will it take before nobody cares or is aware that you ever existed? I mean, that's a humbling thought, and hopefully it's more than a couple years or months or never. Because, you know, I think it'd be kind of cool if, you know, universally speaking, without getting too esoteric, I think in the great matrix of the universe, I think it's impossible, strike that. I think it's important to leave footprints, to do enough good things, to light enough candles of positivity in this world that people find cause to remember your name. Now, you know, sure, Charles Manson will always be remembered too, but not because of the candles he lit, it's because of the candles he extinguished. So I don't think we should be remembered in the Adolf Hitler way. But, you know, maybe, this plaque is to commemorate, you know, Lucy Smith, who way back 50 years ago in 2015 used to donate her time and energy to this church every month. And she was always giving a helping hand to the homeless and blah, blah, blah. You guys catch my drift on that? Think about that. And, it's never too late to start leaving footprints. Good ones. It's never too late to start lighting candles. And I think that pays off. You can call it karma, you can call it whatever you want. But I think at the end of the day, it's very important and it does pay off. That's my thought for the evening. LMS Tactical. I'm out.
I always get people asking me how I keep my youthful spirit. I say, hey, look, I got the body of a 5-year-old.